All right, we're back in the classroom for 20 more real estate test questions for the 2025 exam. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm trying it out. We did a live 150 test question exam last Thursday. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna clip 20 of those questions. The questions do not have the answers with them. I take the quiz, but we do not know the answers for sure. What I want you guys to do, and this is just a test, we're gonna try it out. Take the quiz with me and write the answers in the comments. So 1 through 20, A through D, multiple choice, write your answers out. I will pin the correct answers in a couple days after everyone's watched it. I think this is a more active learning style where you don't just get the answers right away. You get to really think about it. And then you also get to interact with the comment section. Hey, we're trying something new. Let me know if you like it, or we'll go back to the other ones too. I also want to shout out, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Please subscribe more if you want more test question videos, more live streams, more vocab, more real estate concepts. We're taking the 2025 real estate exam together. We're going to pass in 2025. My channel is supposed to help you and help me. So follow along with this quiz. Leave your answers in the comments below, and then we'll double check them in a couple days. So question number 1, any employee who is authorized by a broker to make withdrawals from the trust account must be A, licensed, B, unlicensed, C, fidelity bonded, D, a notary. You guys can help out too. Like, I don't know a lot of these answers. I'm studying just like you guys. This is for the real estate exam. This is what it's going to look like when you go in and take it. Obviously, you're not going to be, I actually don't know if you're going to be on a computer, but it's going to be multiple choice, 150 questions, 3 hours. This is for national and California. It does say California, but a lot of these are national. I'd say like maybe 20 are California specific. So, welcome to the stream. We're jumping right into it. Feel free to chat. I'll try and answer you guys' chat questions. See what's going on. And let's go. Any employee who's authorized by a broker to make withdrawals from the trust accounts, licensed, unlicensed, fidelity bonded, notary. I want to say fidelity bonded. So here's the way it works too, is we're not going to know the answers until the very end. So we're actually just going in blind right now. So we'll see how fast it goes. We'll see how it works. This is the first live stream that we've done. So if you like it, like it. If you don't, then we'll do something different next time. Fidelity bonded. Okay. Number 2, what does the broker need to do when a salesperson is fired for cause? Nothing. Send the commissioner a certified written statement of facts. Alert the governor. Warn the salesperson's new broker. I'm going to go with nothing. They probably don't need to do anything. Number 3, a gift of real property by will is a demise, bequest, a legacy. I want to say bequest or legacy. Your legacy is a gift of real property. Your bequest, bequeath something on someone. Let's go with bequest. We're just going to fly through these. In real estate transactions, an agent has fiduciary duties to the other salespeople participating in the transaction, the client, all parties, the customer. I want to say the client. I don't know if you're, let's say you're representing the buyer. I don't know if you have fiduciary duty to the seller. When all of the terms of the agreement have been satisfied, the agency ends by acts of the parties, expiration of its term, operation of law, full performance. I'm going to go with full performance. When everything has been performed. Disintermediation refers to the movement of money out of savings accounts into higher yield saving, such as corporate, the transferring of real property by private owner to public agency, an instrument used in many states in place of a mortgage, representing both parties to a transaction. Distance of the transferring. I want to say real property by private owner to public agency. Like I said, we're not going to know the answers till the end. Maybe I'm going a little too fast. If I'm going too fast, then you can always pause it and then watch the VOD and go back and write all this stuff down. We'll look at the answers at the end a little bit. But right now, we're just taking it. We're locked in. When the seller asks the broker to keep a latent defect to themselves, the broker refuses. What code contains the ethical guidelines for the broker? I'm going to go with, Business and Professions Code, Civil Code, Criminal Code, NAR Code of Ethics. When the seller asks the broker to keep a latent defect to themselves, the broker refuses. What code of, NAR Code of Ethics. Let's go for it. A real estate agent owes a professional responsibility to the public to treat all parties to a transaction honestly and fairly, disclose the client's confidential information, file income taxes in a timely manner, record deeds from transactions in which he is involved. I mean, not that one. Just not disclose the client's confidential information. I mean, file income taxes in a timely manner. That's fine, but that I don't know if the owes a professional responsibility to the public. Record deeds from transactions in which he involves. I don't think that would be like the title company. So I'm just gonna go with treat all parties to a transaction honestly and fairly. Okay, we're kind of going. Question 9: An agent shows a for sale by owner property to a customer. The agent prepares the offer, and the seller accepts the offer under the condition that the seller holds the good faith deposit. The agent must A, present the offer and give the check to the seller with both parties' consent. Give the money back to the buyer. Deposit the check in non-interest bearing depository. Give the check to the seller client. All right, so we have a for sale by owner. The agent prepares the offer. The seller accepts the offer under the condition that the seller holds the good faith deposit. Okay, the agent must present the offer and give the check to the seller. Give the money back to the buyer. Deposit the check in the non-interest bearing depository. Give the check to the seller client. I think you present the offer and give the check to the seller with both parties' consent, because is there no escrow officer in a for sale by owner that you would hold for the earnest money deposit? So you present him the offer. Basically, it's a counter offer under the condition that the seller holds the good faith deposit. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that one sounds pretty good to me, though. What do you guys think? Question 10. A sales agent has a duty to treat all parties to a transaction honestly and fairly in all transactions, only when acting as a dual agent, only when presenting a buyer, only when... So we're going to go on all transactions. I think we already got this one earlier, but this is just a reword. I mean, it could be dual agent, technically. For general ethical purposes, probably in all transactions. A lease that specifies that the lessee is to pay the real estate property taxes and the insurance costs as well as the rent is called, I think that's the net lease. You just pay for everything. But we'll read them. Specific lease, sandwich lease, net lease, percentage lease. I don't know what a sandwich lease is, but I don't think it's that. Mortgages are recorded to assure amortization payments, create a valid lien, transfer title to the mortgagee, comply with truth in lending regulations. Mortgages are recorded to amortization payments. I think it's this one, or transfer title to the mortgagee. Let's go with transfer title to the mortgagee. Fixtures and showcases attached in a store that occupies rented spaces are I think chatels and shade fixtures are the same thing, so that means personal property would be all of the above. Hold on, we might have a Dodgers are acquiring Alex Call from the Washington Nationals. Sorry, it's the trade deadline right now. We're doing real estate. We're doing real estate. Fixtures in a store, personal property. that attached in a store. These are real property. I think it's actually trade fixtures. Because personal property is different than these, actually. In a suit brought under the federal fair housing law as amended, punitive damage may be as much as $10,000, $50,000. There's no limit on punitive damage, $1,000. I want to say there's no limit because these seem low. These seem low. An investor buys an apartment building for $240,000 after estimating that it will have a net income of $40,000 annually. Which value principle is at work here? Principle of investment, principle of substitution, principle of anticipation, the principle of change. I mean, the initial thought just is an investor buys principle of investment. After estimating that it will have a net income of $40,000. Substitution, anticipation. Maybe anticipation. He's anticipating that he's going to get $40,000 annually. Or change. I'm just going to go with principle of investment. Try not to overthink it too much. All right, we're moving on. Question 16. We have 150 questions. We have 3 hours and 4 minutes left. I think we're going pretty fast. I don't know what the average time per question is, but all of the following people need a license to practice real estate except any trustee selling under a deed of trust, a person paid to negotiate exchanges, a person paid to solicit buyers, a person paid to negotiate loans. I don't think loan officers need their real estate license. Need a license to practice real estate. But also, any trustee selling under a deed of trust, would that be like a first sale by owner kid selling under the deed of trust? I know you need your real estate license to practice, to negotiate exchanges and to solicit buyers. So we have A or D. Like a real estate agent is not negotiating loans. No, I don't know. Let's go with it. Let's just lock it in. Look, we're not going to know the answers till the very end. If you guys know the answer, you can comment it, and or if you have a thought about it, let me know. We're live right now. We're doing it, so I'll try to respond to you guys. Question 17. What does the Alquist-Priolo Act disclose? Location of earthquake fault lines on a map, water availability, improvements without permits, flood zones. Alquist-Priolo. I don't know this act. We got to know these acts. This is one maybe write down just because it's like a free question if you actually know the act. I want to say flood zones or water availability. Flood zones. Flood zones changed. Water availability changes. All right. All right. RESPA. Question 18. RESPA prohibits a lender from receiving secret profits or kickbacks from service providers. A buyer from giving a bonus to an agent for an outstanding job. A buyer from using their own attorney. A buyer from receiving an estimate of closing costs. I would say a lender receiving secret profits or kickbacks from service providers. That's probably not good. I felt confident about that one. During the sale of a property, location of earthquakes. Oh, we missed it. What up, Jesus? Thank you for that. So that's what's the act called? The Priola, location of earthquakes. During the sale of a property, who would an agent and client negotiate with? During the sale of a property, who would an agent and client negotiate with? Agents, customers, broker, clients. The sale of a property, an agent and client negotiate with the other agents. But if you're for sale by owner, you wouldn't have an agent. Customers, maybe. Broker. Alto Purqua. Piorala, I thought it was. Broker, client. I'm going to go with clients, actually. The client doesn't necessarily need an agent, right? Or a customer doesn't necessarily need an agent. You don't. So agents and broker don't necessarily need to be a part of the sale of a property. I'm going to go with customers. Extinguishing a debt by equal payments of regular intervals over a specified period of time is called appraisal, investments, equity, amortization. Extinguishing a debt by equal payments of regular intervals over a period of time. Is that your amortization? It's not equal payments though, is it? Because you pay more up in the front. Appraisal, no. Investment to extinguish your debt, no. Equity, no. I'm gonna go with amortization. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. We got to 100 subscribers. Let's get to 200 now. Next week, we also have the full test answers for the live stream that we took last Thursday. I had some success with that live stream. So we were going to try to schedule a live stream, a 150 test question live stream, real estate live stream once a month. We're going to work on that. We had some success with the last one. But thanks again for watching. We'll get all the answers for that live stream out next week. Have a great day.